Welcome to our Wonders tutorial for elementary education teachers in Carbon School District. So today we're going to be learning about how you can save some of the reproducibles in online to Google Drive so that you can assign them in Google Classroom and that your students can edit them much easier than a PDF online. So we're going to click into our book. We are going to see that obviously you decide which week and which unit you're in, but if we're on Unit 3, Week 2, and we have Day 1. So in our whole group, normally you can get your reproducibles here, but when I click here to get my reproducible, you can see here it says open the interactive version, open the original format, and you can share with Google Classroom, so it will come up, but then it'll direct them back to this website. So today what we are going to learn is how to find different sheets that we'd like to use. So let's say I want to use my whole group, language arts. Let's say we want to do our spelling list for the week. So I have all kinds of things here. We have in presentation mode, these things. Again, you can do the presentation mode here. You can edit them. You can add them to your favorites, all kinds of stuff. And this is a word sort, which would be great. So you could definitely share it with Google Classroom and have your kids come on and do this on their Wonders account. If I would like my students to do one of these reproducible spelling sheets, I can open this resource. So I'm going to open the resource, and instead of opening it interactively or in its original format, I'm going to open this resource as a document. Now, you might think, well, why would I want it as a doc and not as a PDF? Well, because as the teacher, it's much easier for students to edit a document using their typing skills as opposed to trying to write using a PDF editor or anything like that. So now I have my phonics reproducible. I'm going to click File, Save as Google Docs. Now it's going to take a second and it's going to actually convert it to instead of a Word document, it's going to convert it to a Google Doc. And then I have the formatting's the same, and it says, hooray, your file's now in Google Docs format. So now I have it in my drive. Now I can, just like I have in my reading thing here, I could say Unit 3, Week 2, and make a folder in my drive, and then I have my reproducibles that I could assign to students. And what's great about this is if you ever, weren't using this curriculum, or you wanted to kind of come back to this, or all that stuff, it's all going to be in one place for you on your drive. And it's going to be, like I said, much easier to assign and you be used in Google products instead of on your Wonders account. So like we say here, so now you have, it says fill in the missing letter of each word to form a spelling word, which is awesome because then they can double click the line and they can make the word and make the letter a W. Okay, so they'll be able to do that. We're going to go over here to our docs.google.com. And then we're going to see my phonics spelling reproducible. And I have it here. And like I said, I can organize it into a folder. And then finally, if I want this to be obviously assigned to my students, it says fill in the missing letter of each word. And I might even change the directions. I might say fill in the missing letter with the color of your choice for each word to form a spelling word. And I maybe, instead of my one, I make an example. And I would say example, right? And then I could say, and make up a word. And let's just say I have the word, and there's my example, and I'm going to make it not bold. And then I'm going to say, I'm going to copy that. So then the answer obviously is going to change to, and then I'm going to put in my color, and let's say I like purple. So I'm going to say 5. So there's my answer. Or they could even highlight the word or highlight the letter that's missing. So then you have this, and then it says write these spelling words in alphabetical order. And if I didn't like that part of the assignment, I could just take that part out. So the cool thing is that you can, you can kind of change everything in here that you want to before you assign it to your students. And then when I'm ready to assign to my students, I could just go right to my classroom. I can go to I'm just going to do it in my test class. I'm going to go to my classwork and create an assignment, and I'm going to add it from my Google Drive. And then once it's there and ready, I'm going to double click, and I'm going to say that I'm going to make a copy for each student. And that way each one of my students will have a copy, and then they can turn it in for once they've completed it. And that is how you take a reproducible from your Wonders curriculum. And then again, like I said, you make sure you click here and open the resource as a Word doc, and that's much easier to manipulate and use and have your students edit. If you have any questions, you can contact me. My name is Stephanie Thomas. Again, I work for Carbon School District as a digital learning teacher, and my email is thomass@carbonschools.org, or you can call me on my extension, which is 3139. Thank you, and have a great day.